Hey, I'm Andy. Today we're going to be starting unboxing the set boosters for the Lost Caverns of Ixalan. And I've had this since, well, the set released, but I never really had a chance to open it. Like, I had to do the Wilds of the Drain, I had to do some other stuff, and Sauerkraut Con, so I had to do those unboxings. And we're finally here, so let's just start. I wish I brought my knife, but let's just open up this pack, or this box I should say, and we will open up the packs. I don't know the contents of a lot of these unboxings, so I'll probably go into these surprise. I also don't know like the power level since I'm not too into the competitive scene. I just play with my friends with the cube, so we know the power level for the cube, and that's not relative to the power of what's the meta. So anyways, there is 112 boosters include a Jurassic World card. I don't know if that's just the odds or if it's literally 1 in 12 boosters, since there are 30 in here. So let's open this. Oh, there's a box topper. Okay, sealed product not for resale. Let's get that. Oh, this one's actually like glued. I don't want to say glued, but attached onto the art. And there's a QR code. Okay, so I kind of don't want to damage the card, so I'm trying to get rid. I still haven't opened up the previous box toppers yet. Maybe I'll just. I don't want to damage it, but since there is only one card here, I really don't want to damage it. So I'm just. Kind of wish they didn't attach it via adhesive, but oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah, you can see the adhesive right here. Kind of, because it's like because I do keep like these art cards. So what's new in the Lost Caverns? So there's special guest cards, returning from favorite. Okay, with all new borderless artwork, and then Jurassic World collection cards. Sure. Yeah, because I was as I was saying, I do keep these art cards, and like having stuff like this really. Hopefully it's not too hard to remove this. I'll remove this off camera and on my own time, but yeah, that's the first. So hopefully the card in here is fine. Like I would assume it's not fine. Like I didn't bend it too hard, just like a little bit. So it is what it is. Like I said, I might do an opening for these whenever I have like enough, but I think I only have 2 or 3 right now. But we're here for the Lost Caverns of Ixalan set boosters. We're gonna open up 5. They all seem to have the Jurassic World logo on it. So, all right, so we got 5 packs here. Hopefully we get some cool stuff. And I say this with all of them. The art cards, I do like the art cards, so yeah, let's just open up this one first. Alright, first pack. Oh, this is really loose. I mean, depending on where it's manufactured, it's either like really thin and loose or a thicker packaging. At least, I don't remember if El Drain was that, but I know it really different. Ooh, that's really colorful. In Pokemon packs, you can tell the difference. So this is the art card. Oh, that's really colorful. That's really. I don't know which way is the right side, so I'm gonna check the rarity off just so I don't spoil myself. All right, so it is like this, and the most rare is on that side. Okay, so the art. We started with the art card. It is Kentorius canned. Okay, really colorful. Really, I'm gonna put that off to the side. So first card is the forest. Oh yeah, they do have these like different type of lands too, which is interesting. So, all right, actual card now. We got. It's also really hard to tell between commons and uncommons. I think. I guess we'll know when we get to it. So we got Disturbed Slumber, 1 green. On the end of turn, target land you control becomes a 4/4 dinosaur creature with reach and haste. It's still land. It must be blocked this turn if able. Okay, put that there. Next card, we got a Seismic Monstrosar for 4 red. Trample, sacrifice a land, or 2 red, sacrifice a land, draw a card, and it has Mountain Cycling 2. Alright, Cavern Stomper for green. Whenever this enters the battlefield, scry 2. And then 3 green. This can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less this turn. Next up, we got Attentive Sunscry for 1 white. Whenever this becomes tapped, scry 1. Next up is the Hunter's Blowgun for 1. Your creature gets +1/+1 and has Death Touch as long as it's your turn. Otherwise, it has Reach. Doesn't look like a... I mean, I guess you can't really tell at the end, but I was going to say it doesn't look like a blowgun. Next up, see, like it's... I mean, you can kind of tell the uncommon symbol is a little bit darker. But we got a we got a Bat Colony for 2 white. When this enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 black bat creature token with flying for each mana from a cave spent to cast it. Whenever a cave enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature control. Interesting. I guess this set has a lot of caves then. So we got Scamper Surveyor for 4. Whenever this enters the battlefield, search your library for a basic land card or a cave card, put it onto the battlefield tap, and then shuffle. Did I open... Oh, it's been so long. Did I open the collector's... I remember opening collector's boosters of this. But it's been so long, so I don't remember the cards. So there we go. Oh, we got a morph card. Okay, I'm going to put that away. Next up, we got a Calamitous Cave-In for 3 red. It deals X damage to each creature and each planeswalker, where X is the number of caves you control plus the number of cave cards in your graveyard. Alright, so we got a Tithing Blade for 1 black. When this enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices a creature, and then craft a creature, and then it transforms into the Consuming Sepulcher. At the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent loses a life, and you gain a life. Okay. So this is a common, but it's like a double-sided common. So I guess we'll put it here. And oh, we have the mythic. So we got Chimil, the Inner Sun. And it's for 6. Spells you control can't be countered. At the beginning of your end step, discover 5. Seems nice. Alright, what a good start. So, what is this? Eventually, we'll get to Colossal Dreadmaw. Oh, this is a secret layer ad. Okay, I see. But the token we get is a vampire token. It's a 1/1 lifelink. Alright, cool. And then our foil is Another Chance for 2 black. You may mill 2 cards, then return up to 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. So we're gonna do some reordering. Put the foils here. Then we'll put the land. I guess we can put the land here. Alright, off to a good start. We got a mythic. Well, like I said, I don't know the power or the price, and I don't open these booster packs for the price. I just do them for the experience. So next pack. Very easy to open. Oh, the art cards are fat. I mean, this is a sample size of 2 packs so far, but the art cards have been fascinating in terms of like the art style. So this one is Hawkball of the Surging Soul. Alright. And our land is the Hidden Courtyard. It comes into the battlefield tapped, and it adds white, and then 4 planes, tap, sacrifice, discover 4, activate only as a sorcery. I don't know why it took me so long to say that, but sure. First up, Deathcat Marionette for 1 black. Death Touch, whenever this enters the battlefield, you may mill 2 cards. That is an interesting artwork. Very interesting. Next up is a Primordial Gnar for 4 black. When it dies, discover 3. Alright, we got Glorifier of Suffering for 2 white. When this enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice another creature or artifact. When you do, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. Alright, we got a Mephitic Draught for 1 black. When this enters the battlefield or is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you draw a card and you lose a life. Next up is Vito's Inquisitor for 3 black. Black, sacrifice another creature or artifact, put a +1/+1 counter on this. It gains menace until end of turn. Alright, uncommons. We got Might of the Ancestors for 2 white. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature you control gets +2/+0 and gains vigilance until end of turn. Okay, we got Malamet Battlecliff for green. Choose target creature you control and target creature you don't control. If the creature you control entered the battlefield this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Then those creatures fight each other. Interesting. Next up, we got Explorer's Cache for 1 green. This enters the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. When a creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it dies, put a +1/+1 counter on this. And then tap to move a +1/+1 counter from this onto a target creature, only activate as a sorcery. Interesting. Ooh, interesting. I guess this is like the alternate artwork. Wow, did I see any of these in the collector's boosters? I honestly don't remember. But we got the Caparocti Sunborn for 2 red, white. Whenever this attacks, you may tap 2 untapped artifacts and or creatures you control. If you do, discover 3. So I need a new pile for, I guess, that type of artwork maybe, or is it just uncommon? I mean, the number goes higher than the mythic, so I'm gonna leave it to its own pile. So next up is Poetic Ingenuity for 2 red. Whenever one or more dinosaurs you control attack, create that many treasure tokens. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, create a 3/1 red dinosaur creature token. This ability triggers only once each turn. Alright, and our token is a dinosaur token. Nice. But our foil is the Thousand Moons Infantry for 2 white. Untap this during each other player's untap step. Interesting. Alright, on to the next pack. Will we continue the fancy art cards? I mean, it is still fancy. It is still fancy. It is the Diadact Echo. Sure. And our land is the Captivating Cave. It's a cave. 1 tap, add 1 mana of any color. 4 tap, sacrifice. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. Activate only as a sorcery. Alright. Next up, Family Reunion for 1 white. Choose 1. Creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn, or creatures you control gain hexproof. I think the hexproof, I mean, it really is dependent on the situation, but I would say the hexproof is better because you can retaliate to targeted spells. So, Ancestral Reminiscence for 3 blue. Draw 3 cards and discard a card. Next up, Sunfire Torch for a red. Your creature gets +1/+0 and has whenever this creature attacks, you may sacrifice this. When you do, creature deals 2 damage to any target. Okay. Let's see. Daring Discovery for 4 red. Up to 3 target creatures can't block this turn, and discover 4. Alright, Buried Treasure for 2. Tap, sacrifice, add 1 mana of any color. Interesting. And then 5, exile Buried Treasure from your graveyard. Discover 5. Activate only as a sorcery. For uncommon, oh, that's an interesting artwork. Mischievous Pup for 2 white. And Flash, whenever this enters the battlefield, return up to 1 other target permanent you control to its owner's hands. Interesting. Usually it's like a creature or like a specific thing. It's just 1 target permanent. Interesting. Next up, we got a Contested Game Ball for 2. Whenever you're dealt combat damage, the attacking player gains control of this and untaps it. Then 2 tap, draw a card, and put a point counter on this. Then, if it has 5 or more point counters on it, sacrifice it and create a treasure token. Interesting. Next up, we basically got what we got with the alternate art in the previous pack, but this one is the official one, so I'm not gonna read that. Next up, we got a Kutzil Malamet Exemplar. The artwork, I really like these artworks. For 1 green white, your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. Interesting. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control with each with power greater, or I'm going to reread this. Whenever one or more creatures you control, each with power greater than its base power, deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. That is very specific. Very specific. And our rare is Souls of the Lost. What an artwork. For 1 black. As an additional cost of a spell, discard a card or sacrifice a permanent. Fathomless Descent. This power is equal to the number of permanent cards in your graveyard, and its toughness is equal to that number plus 1. Okay. Interesting. Next up, our foil is Vanguard of the Rose for 1 white. 1, sacrifice another creature or artifact. This gains indestructible under turn, and tap it. Alright, and the last one is... You can use this card to represent a double face card. Okay. Interesting that this didn't come with the pack that had the double face card, but... sure. Sure. Alright, we got 2 packs left. The penultimate pack for this video. It's an elephant. Alright, this is the Cantorius Can. So it was... What? This is the Cantorius Can. What was the first one? Wasn't the first one the Cantorius... Yeah, the first one is the Cantorius Can too, but I guess it's like the alternate artwork version of it. So... We got this, you got that, so interesting. Just put that there, and then, I feel something. Oh, we got tokens. Okay, we got +1/+1s. We got stun tokens. We got a finality token. Okay, interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff. I think this is like the second time I've seen tokens as included, but. Let's see your land. It's a plains. Alright. First card is Skullcap Snail, 1 black. So when this enters battlefield, target opponent exiles a card from their hand. Next up, Deep Goblin Skulltaker for 2 black. Menace. At the beginning of your end step, if you descended its turn, put a +1/+1 counter on this. Okay. Next up, we got a Shipwreck Sentry for 1 blue. Defender, as long as an artifact entered the battlefield under your control this turn, this can attack as though it didn't have Defender. Next up is the Wailing Pirates for 3 blue. When this enters the battlefield, if you control an artifact, tap target artifact or creature an opponent controls and put a stun counter on it. Next up, a lot of blues in this one. We got a Pirate Hat for 1 blue. Equip creature gets +1/+1 and has, whenever this creature attacks, draw a card, then discard card. Equip pirate is 1, but normal equip is 2. Alright. Ooh, we got Itzquinth, Firstborn of Gishath for red-green haste. When this enters the battlefield, you may pay 2. When you do, target dinosaur you control deals damage equal to its power to another target creature. Okay. Next up, Dreadmaw's Ire for a red. Until end of turn, target attacking creature gets +2/+2 and gains trample. And whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, destroy a target artifact that player that player controls. I can't read. Oh, we got a double card too. And next up, we got a Colossal Dactyl for 2 green, reach trample. Okay, interesting stuff. And then we get the double-sided one. It is Chasm's Stone Tree for 2 green. When this enters the battlefield, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may put a land card from among them onto the battlefield tapped. Put the rest on the bottom in random order, and then Craft with Cave is 5 green. And it turns into a 5/5. Okay. And then our rare is Kite Sail Larcenist. Okay, 2 blue. A lot of blue, like I said, a lot of blues in this pack. Flying Ward 1. Whenever this enters the battlefield, for each player choose up to 1 other target artifact or creature that player controls. For as long as this remains on the battlefield, the chosen permanents become treasure artifacts with tap. Sacrifice this artifact, add 1 mana of any color, and lose all other abilities. Interesting. And then our foil is the Mineshaft Spider for 3 green. Reach. When this enters the battlefield, you may mill 2 cards. A lot of milling too. Huh. Okay. And then we have our final pack. Interesting cards. Like, I don't remember pulling any of these from the collector's boosters. Another trippy artwork. Fascinating artwork. Very fascinating artwork. This one is Roar of the Fifth People. Okay. So I need to check how is it this way? So it's okay, this way. Alright. So do we have a token? We do have, oh no, we have a rule. Or yeah, we do have rules. It's minigame, strictly better. Sure. Sure. Alright, for our land or oh, we get an island. Okay. I really like these lands. It's like it gives more emphasis on the artwork, which is always nice. Because of like do the landscape really need like half the thing signifying what it was? Like I feel like this is better. Anyways, we got a deconstruction hammer for a white. Your creature gets +1/+1 and has 3 tap. Sacrifice the hammer to start target artifact or enchantment. Alright, we got Old Tech Cloud Guard for 3 white. Flying, whenever this enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 colorless gnome artifact creature token. Next up, we got Old Tech Archaeologist for 4 white. When this enters the battlefield, choose 1. Return target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand or scry 3. Alright. Plundering Pirate for 2 red. When this enters the battlefield, create a treasure token. Okay. Next up, Goblin Tomb Raider. As opposed to the Lara Croft one. Red. As long as you control an artifact, this gets +1/+0 and has haste. Alright, we got Ukbenback. I think that's right now. So the Great Mistake. Like imagine being a legendary creature known as the Great Mistake. 3 blue-black, Vigilance Menace, descend 8. And then 4 blue-black, return this from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Activate only if there are 8 or more permanent cards in your graveyard and only as a sorcery. Okay. Interesting stuff. And we got a Cavernous Maw. So 2, this becomes a 3/3 elemental creature until end of turn. It's still a cave land. Activate only if the number of caves you control plus the number of caves cards in your graveyard is 3 or greater. Oh, we also have a number dual-sided. So we got a Hermetic Nautilus for 1 blue. Vigilance, 1 blue. This gets +3/-3 until end of turn. I like how you can buff it more than once. But realistically, if you don't buff it, you can only do it once before it dies. Alright, so the dual card is the Ixalan Landmark for white. When this enters battlefield, scry 2, craft with artifact. And it crafts into the Ixalan Levitator. Or Ixalan? Anyways, flying. When this attacks, target attack creature without flying gains flying until end of turn. Okay. I noticed that I assume that there's uncommons and rare double-sided ones, so I would just even gain the common ones. But our rare, oh, we have mythic. We got the Myco Tyrant for 1 black-green. Trample, this power and toughness are each equal to the number of creatures you control that are fungi and or sapling. Ooh, this will go well in a sapling deck then. At the beginning of your end step, create X 1/1 black fungus creature tokens with this creature can't block, where X is the number of times you've descended this turn. Okay, you descend each time a permanent card is put into a graveyard from anywhere. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. And then our foil is Itzquinth, Firstborn of the Geese. Oh, this I think this is the normal artwork, or this, because I remember pulling. Oh no, this is like the alternate one. Okay, so you can see the normal one here, and then I guess the special borderless one here. Interesting stuff. So that is the first few packs for the set boosters of the Lost Caverns of Ixalan. I was not expecting the art cards, since I don't think we've gotten any art cards in the collector's boosters So this is my first time seeing those that I can remember. I also don't remember any of these cards. I might have not just pulled them. I don't know. But yeah, interesting start. We got we got at least 2 mythics, which is pretty nice as a start. Meaning the rest probably won't be. But yeah, anyways, hope you enjoyed this. We'll be continuing this until I guess we finish the pack. So yeah, until next time, thank you for watching, and oops, have a nice day.